Scatter plots and line graphs. So it says, while line plots, stem and leaf plots, histograms, and box plots best describe numerical univariate data, scatter plots and line graphs best describe numerical bivariate data. So remember, we know there's two variables. Like for instance, on this problem here, you can already tell by how the axes are labeled. We're going to be talking about the two variables of fat and then protein. So that's what we're looking at. So it says the fat and protein in popular menu items at a fast food restaurant was recorded in the table. Create the scatter plot for the data. Okay, so let's do it. Hamburger has 9 grams of fat and 12 grams of protein. So here for the hamburger. Cheeseburger, 12 and 15. Here. Double cheeseburger, 23, 25. There. Rib, 26, 22. Fish, 18, 15. Okay. What am I at? The Ranch Crispy Chicken Wrap, 17, 14. Grilled chicken sandwich, 9.27. Jeez. So that's probably an outlier. Small French fries, 11.3. Oh, that one's maybe an outlier too. I don't know. 6-piece chicken nuggets, 18.9. Okay, that's a scatter plot. So scatter plot's good for like large data sets where you're just trying to plot it and see if there's any sort of correlation, either be a positive correlation or a negative correlation. That's what scatter plots are good for. Now, a lot of times people get scatter plots and what's next here? We got a line graphs mixed up. They get scatter plots and line graphs mixed up, and which one's best for which. So let me make the line graph first, and then I'm going to talk about it a little bit. So it says a rock band just put their music on a popular streaming app. Their monthly listeners, since uploading their content on the app, were recorded in the table below. Create a line graph from the data. Okay, so if you kind of look at that table already, it's like sequential. We're talking about months. So in the first month it's 430. Then in the second month it's 385. It dropped. Then after the third month it went up, and then it dropped again, and then it went up, and then it went up, and then it dropped a little, and then it went up. So like, if you just think of it logically, like over time, it makes sense to like connect these dots and make a line graph. So let's do that. 1, 430 about here. 2, 385 about here. 3, 524 about there. 4, 488. 5, 590. 6, 630. And then 7, 614. And then 8, 672. So if we're trying to see the trend of the data in terms of how they've grown with their monthly listeners, it makes sense to connect these points. This is a line graph. Because now we can really see how it's changed over time with this rock band. It went down, then up, and down, then up again, a little bit down, and then up again. And line graphs are better for this sort of data where you're looking at time. We're looking over time. I like to always think of it like if you were like a business and you were trying to see your sales, right? You just see, okay, it's going up, down, up, down, up, like your sales over months. You want to see your growth. When scatter plots, when you have data like this, where you got like food items, like it doesn't make any sense to connect these dots. Imagine trying to connect these dots. What would even this be? Like a straight vertical line? It doesn't make any sense, right? And these menu items aren't in any particular sequence. These are just random. We just got a bunch of different food items. So this doesn't make sense for a line plot. You wouldn't connect it. So whenever we're looking at stuff like over time, it makes more sense to make a line plot to see that growth and stuff. Now, scatter plots just show us like general associations with data. So like food items, just a general association with the fat and the protein. Neither of these have a variable of time or something that's measurable. So keep that in mind. I don't want to do the whole next page for you because I really want you to think of it, but always refer back to these and think logically, okay, what makes sense? Should it be a line graph or should it be a scatter plot? So I'll let you try to determine for these because there's only a few examples. What makes more sense? So think of it kind of just logically, a scatter plot or a line graph.